Hi guys, here we are again on the fort. I'm trying today to make some stuff go back together again. Last week I put the new bearing on the press with my father-in-law, so I didn't film that, but this one seems to be a lot better than the old one. So I'm going to see if it's going to get back together today. This ring has to get on there, but I don't want to damage this piece because the oil seal is running there, and when it gets scratched, it will leak. So I have to be very carefully. I'm going to try that with some pliers or something. And a little bit of grease won't hurt, I think. Just the slightest touch. So when it gets caught, maybe it slides instead of making a scratch. Maybe I can apply a little grease on here too. That won't be bad either, I think. And of course, by grease I mean oil. Let's try this. Well, at least in my mind that would work. Let's see. Well, this is a little bit more fiddly than I thought. But eventually I will get it. So it's pretty stiff. getting that ring off, I think it was a lot easier. Do I have something else to that work? There's probably some fancy pants tools for that can fit in here, but I sure don't have it. There it goes. A little bit of gentle persuasion. I'm only shifting the ring when it's free of the shaft, so I hope that will be all right. There it goes. Just the slightest movement. Back into the groove. Let's make sure it is in the groove. Tap it a little bit. I can see it is in. So no scratches made. No, it's looking fine. Thankfully. Right. Let's get on with the next step. Also, I made everything clean before I started the video, and I got some bits that would fit on the bearings and on the seals, so I can tap it in real easily, hopefully. This needle bearing is going in this shaft, and on top of that is going to be an oil seal. And this is supporting the inner shaft, so I'm going to apply some oil over here. So when it first runs, it's already a little bit oily. When I put it all together, I will see to pour some oil in the shaft and onto this bearing from the back side. on the side of the gearbox. I think that's not going to hurt anything. I don't know if it's necessary, but probably can't hurt also. So let's try and get this bearing in straight. And I'm going to find out which one I had lined up for that. Probably this one. Yeah, it's going to fit. I found a socket with a nice big edge on it, so it spreads the force a little bit onto the bearing. I first try to tap it with this piece of wood. It's a little bit softer. I can control it a little bit better. Than a hammer, and it's going in very nicely, as you can see. Needs to go in a bit more. Move my fingers out of the way because I don't want to get any flesh between it. That will hurt a lot, I think. Well, that's in nice. And just a little bit more oil for the fun of it, and for the seal also. To slip in to its place. And a little bit for the bearing, I think. Yes. It likes that. Well, here's the seal. It's going to be in front of that bearing. And of course, I'm going to put some oil on that too. A little bit on the inside. I'm going to do that again later. Also again. So it's nice and lubey. Let's try and get it in very carefully. And this socket was made for that. And you can see it's a little bit off to one side. I'm going to try to press it right with my hand. Maybe I can press it in by hand. It looks like it. That's always better than using a lot of force with a hammer or something. At least that's what I think. Let's see if it's all the way in. Yes. Maybe a little tap with the hammer won't hurt. To see if it's far enough. I think it is. It looks good. It looks very nice. Let's check if it's even. got 18 millimeters. That looks okay. And try to not get any debris in it. We'll keep it very clean. Alright, that's it for this one. And now for this one, let's try and get this seal in, shall we? Again, with my oil, I will put some oil on it. And also a little bit on the tapered part of this piece that's in there for guiding the seal in place. And here is the seal. We'll get it out now. And put it in some oil also. Also the inside a little bit, because this piece is going to be turning in here, and that big bearing is going to sit there. So we're gonna take it one step at a time. And trying to get it in evenly. I found this piece, it seems to fit good on it. And just first again tap it with the wood a little bit and try and give the slightest, that's what get it in. It's not getting in evenly now, so I'm going to try and adjust that. I want it to go in straight. Maybe the other way around is better. Yeah, that's going to go. That's going to work. That's great. There was my flesh between it. That's not funny. Don't laugh at it. Just a few little hits. And it's flush. with the edge of it. That's nice because this edge is just coming over that edge. So, well, thankfully I found that. And now my fingers hurt. And that's not funny. Well, I think I haven't forgotten something, so I can put this in that shaft and add some more oil to that. Maybe be a little bit more generous. And also some generous bit of oil on that part of the shaft. Can't hurt at all. Now it's all nice and lubed up. So let's try and do this. Shall we? Let's turn it around. Maybe a little more oil in here. I want to get some more oil on the bearing also. So it slides in nicely. If it's not your job, it's always good to take time and do. And look at it twice or 3 times to see if it's going okay, like the way you want it. Just a little tap to get it even. It's going on already. That's nice. Just a few more taps to make sure. So this snap ring certainly went further this time. It's moving pretty good around in there, I think. Well, All right, that seems to be great. Now let's try and get this ring in there, and again with some oil. It's pretty cold in the shed here, so my fingers aren't very happy with this fiddly work. Let's make a start by putting in the beginning. And then go slowly around this. Well, I can get it in by hand. That's nice. Let's go for the last piece. Huh. That went great. That went great. Check it's in. That's running stiff because of the oil seal. And again, there is some play in the bearing now again. I think that's standard because this is a new bearing. I think maybe there wasn't a problem with the old bearing. I don't know, but the seals were a bad shape, so I think when you're so far into a tractor, it's not a bad thing to change it also, because it's been in there since 1968. Let's pour some oil in the bearing so it has something to run on for the when it's running the first time. Do it a little bit. It's looking good, isn't it? Nice and stiff on the seal. Let's pour something more in it. And I think we can call this job a good one. I'm happy with that. Next we're going to put that again in the gearbox. Happy times. Well guys, this is it for now. I see you next time. That won't be very long again. We got some other things going on now too. So, but I will be on it shortly and put it back in the tractor and hopefully put it back together again without changing the seal on the engine side. I hope I will do a check on it, and I hope I can let it be like it is, because it's fairly new seal in there, about 2 years old, because they thought that one was leaky, but it seemed to be that this one was leaking also. So here it is. Well guys, see you next time.